Hi there. I'm recording this September 3rd, and that means two things. Um, Temperatures might be dropping, but UV indexes aren't. So if you're going to be out for too long, do find some shade, cover up, get your sunglasses on, wear layers if you can. This PSA is brought to you by the Darkness News Update, and the Darkness News Update is brought to you by the National Association of Innovative Lighting Distributors, the only lighting organization that cares about darkness as much as it does about fixtures. Let's get into the news. Marnie Schindelman took long exposure photos of ICE detention centers. These were all published in the Oxford American. She was trying to highlight just what the impact is, even at a distance from these facilities. We don't actually have any photos of the Big Cypress, Florida facility that just shut down. That's why I bring it up. It was the subject of complaints related to the Environmental Protection Act, but it's also shut down. There was some kerfuffle. There was a bit of a saga there where Florida State Department of Corrections want to appeal a federal judge ruling, but DHS has shut it down. ICE is out. Everyone will be out of there in a few days. But the Department of Homeland Security is accelerating construction on the Mexico border by waiving dozens of wildlife protections. A bunch of environmental laws have been suspended for the construction and even afterwards as more fence posts and wall facilities come in, and stadium-grade lighting will be up and running just in time for monarch butterfly migration season. Further north, U.S. Customs and Border Patrol is planning on lighting, sensors, and drones for the northern border. Canada, the longest unprotected stretch of border ever. And it'll be home to a wall system that will have, cameras and everything. And I'm sure it's going to be great for all those moose. I don't have a transition out of this, so I'm just going to hit the pop culture reference button.
Tell me how many lights you see. How many? How many lights? This is your last chance. The guards are coming. Don't be a stubborn fool. How many?
I've been waiting to use that one, just haven't had an excuse. Your brain burns fat while sleeping. This is a Michigan study that has determined that your hypothalamus manages fat differently while you are asleep, which is a big deal for metabolic research going forward. We have a Korean cohort study of adults 40 to 70, and that found that if you regularly sleep less than 7 hours or regularly sleep more than 8 hours a day, you are at higher risks of all-cause mortality. Sleep disturbances have been linked with mental health changes. This is a study showing that sleep dysfunction literally changes your EEG readings. Chronic diseases like hypertension and mental health issues also lead to poor sleep and circadian disruption. We have a discovery that light exposure after dark harms the mood and symptoms of bipolar people, and that lighting interventions that keep their rhythms entrained improve their sleep quality and improve their moods. Bright light in the morning boosts your white adipose tissue transcriptome, which is going to help us understand obesity a bit more. Your plasma, its proteomes, type of protein, has a circadian rhythm. And that's really more important for when doctors take and test samples than anything else, but chronomedicine, it's real interesting. Chinese adults like it when parks have lighting. This is a survey of 646 people over 50. They found 70% of them do like a little activity before bed, and they would rather do it in areas that are well lit. Blue LED light harms rat retinas. This is a study that observed both cell loss and cell damage, even under short amounts of blue light. The future of lighting might be growing in my windowsill. We have a study from the Southern China Agricultural University that injected um, phosphors directly into succulents, the low maintenance plants that that you can really take care of pretty easily. Uh, their goal is to have alternative plant-based lighting, but right now it's just about maintaining longevity and color quality. We have a study from Holland, the Netherlands, that shows that sky quality meter networks do need maintenance. Apparently, the ones they have are dealing with the effects of age and not delivering accurate results. Dark Sky International will begin recognizing ports. This is the Port Marine Lighting Program that will recognize better lighting projects at shipping ports, starting with 2 years of work at Port Tampa Bay. Breckenridge, Colorado has been recognized by Dark Sky International with 2 years of work. They are the first ski resort town to score this recognition, skipping over the Dark Sky accommodation option. Princia has secured $15,000 in light pollution research funding. This is from the Animal Welfare Institute, and they will be backing work and studies from Rushel Kukreja. Light pollution is extending bird activity by 50 minutes per day. That's an average. Researchers took 60 million sound recordings of bird calls, tracked it across 583 species, and found that more light is extending daytime activity cycles. Fort Myers has set a record for sea turtle strandings. Volunteers spotted 24 nests that were dealing with disorientation issues. They're being rehabilitated as best they can. Meanwhile, in Sarasota, Florida, they set a record for successful turtle hatchlings with 22,000 turtles counted by workers this year, making it to the sea. And it is fall, which means it is fall migration season, which it is the season of awareness campaigns for fall migration. So bird lovers, including the Audubon Society, are working with local municipalities to, of course, raise awareness about responsible lighting use during this period. Here's a list of places that are specifically working on it. Texas overall, Doylestown, Pennsylvania, Hamilton, Ontario, Bucks County, Pennsylvania, the entire state of Michigan, the entire state of North Carolina, and Fort Worth, Texas is launching its own Lights Out campaign. New Mexico State University professor is calling for revisions to the New Mexico Night Sky Protection Act. The rules, while extensive, do not cover LED lighting because when they wrote it, they didn't have LED lighting, and you should probably revise your laws periodically for that sort of thing. Lakeville, Illinois admits that they can't actually enforce their lighting bylaw. The building commissioner says that the way it's worded makes it kind of unenforceable, so the Open Space Committee is looking to reword it and put it before council. Humboldt, California sets new lighting regs, opting for Dark Sky International's model ordinances. Mendham, New Jersey has passed a new lighting ordinance where new developments will have to just shut off after 10, rely on motion sensors for security, and they will not be allowing any purely decorative lighting late at night. Deschutes County, Oregon held hearings on ordinances. These were public events that were well attended on August 27th. Virgin, Utah debated new lighting ordinances with a classic safety versus conservation debate going on between councilors there. Mineral County, Nevada is debating adding lighting to trails, which would lead to off-road vehicles causing even more damage to the desert. Sierra Vista, Arizona wants to add lighting to their driving range, and their neighbors don't. This is probably going to come down to a light trespass lawsuit pretty soon. Fort Pierce, Florida pushes back on lighting plans for a proposed Buc-ee's gas station. This one wants a 100-foot tall sign, which would mean it would probably be visible for at least 9 miles. We've already seen a Buc-ee's do damage to turtle habitats in Georgia, and they're 12 miles from the beach. The residents of Osage County, Kansas are taking some complaints to the sheriff's office. The problem? The sheriff's office is engaged in lighting trespass. The new lights are spilling into the neighborhood, and they would really like it if the sheriff policed their lighting a bit better. The Church of Latter-day Saints has officially broken ground on a temple in Haber Valley, Utah. The locals are going to the state Supreme Court to appeal. The LDS has already promised that this will be their dimmest temple. Low bar, but, they're trying. I appreciate the effort. The state of Florida allows LED billboards on the back of trucks. How is that good? So this is the I saw a thing on Reddit School of Journalism where someone on r/WTF just spotted the back of an entire large truck turned into an LED sign for T-Mobile, and there was no option for no room for the how's my driving number on there, so they just had to complain to the internet, not the trucking company. It's a really distracting sign. I don't know how that's street legal. I do not know. In the UK, we have a Dark Sky Roadshow going across Yorkshire in the October. There will be lectures, presentations, and activities in various towns. That's how roadshows work. Bats are back on the Rhone River, which means that bat night tours are being made available to raise awareness for the needs of bats. Over on the sports desk, the US Open opted for compliant sports lighting. The 17 courts until recently had been lit by ceramic metal halides, but they have now switched to brand new shielded LEDs on all 17, and they would like you to know that that's a change they made. Still talking about tennis, but this isn't sponsored, but Access Sports Fixtures has a new tennis court lighting system for municipal clubs and residential courts. They are 3,000K shielded fixtures and luminaires. They didn't pay me to say that. I just think they're neat, and we were already talking about tennis anyhow. We are going to close up with Chapel Rowan's new song. The Subway hit the charts in the top 5 on July 31st and includes the lyric, which led to a spike in searches of what a Saskatchewan is and what you do there, which led to an 1,800% interest in the Saskatchewan Summer Star Party that ran from August 20th to 24. Because I guess that's what you do in Saskatchewan. I've been Scott Wachter. I want to thank you for your time, your attention, for accepting a slightly delayed episode, and I want to thank Nailed for supporting all these efforts. I'll be back in 2 weeks. Take care of yourself.